Welcome back to the NFA Review channel, everyone. Today we're going to be reviewing the TBA Suppressors MP15 SD. So this is an integrally suppressed MP15, has some really cool features that I want to show you in depth right here in the studio, and then we're going to hit that range to show you exactly what it sounds like. The last time you guys saw TBA Suppressors on my channel was actually with the Sicario right here. This is integrally suppressed Ruger Mark IV. That video really took off, had a lot of fun. Actually filmed it alone, did a fun little intro scene that paid homage to the Sicario movie franchise. So without further ado, let's go ahead, break it down, cover everything in detail, and we'll get out there and see what it sounds like. Right, starting from the top, it comes in an overall length of 30.5 inches and a overall weight of 72.9 ounces, which is only 4.4 ounces heavier than the actual stock unit, and that is with a stainless steel core, so pretty incredible there. Now let's go ahead and bring our attention to the front of the gun, because that is what TBA Suppressors has modified. So let's go ahead and kind of break down what's going on here and what each material is made out of. So they take an off-the-shelf MP1522, they take the 16.5 inch barrel, okay, and then they cut it down to 4.25 inches. Then they recrown the barrel with an 11-degree target crown, drill 3 ports in the back to bleed off excess gas pressure, okay. So then you have this barrel that's turned down, so it kind of creates like a reflex area, okay, to bleed that gas pressure. And then they pin and weld their front 4-chamber monocore to the front on the inside of the tube here. So basically this area here has a monocore on the inside, okay? And that is stainless steel. And then on the outside you have a nice aluminum tube with a nice black anodized finish on it. So, and that's the gist of it. That's how it's constructed. Now as far as decibel reduction, their testing, it has an average reduction of 36 decibels, which on a 22, it's gonna sound pretty much like that shooting, okay? That's what it's going to sound like. So extremely quiet, perfect setup for those of you out there that really want to have some fun plinking in your backyard or introducing new shooters to the sport of shooting. This is perfect for your kids if they want to do a woods walk with you guys. Go out, plink some Coke cans, some squirrels that keep chewing up your wiring in your attic, stuff like that. And in my case, armadillo problem. So really, really neat unit, super quiet. Let's go ahead and kind of break down what's going on the inside. So as far as cleaning, guys, you're going to want to maintain this. You're going to want to clean it after every outing. And the reasoning is the tolerances between the inner diameter of the tube wall and the outer diameter of the monocore itself is very tight. Okay, so you don't want any buildup to happen there. It does ship with a 1/4 inch Allen wrench here. If you guys don't have one of those in your toolbox, you need to turn in your man and woman card, because that's just sad. But it does ship with one for those of you that don't have that. All you do is just remove your front cap. Now this is a tension system, so as soon as that's off, the whole tube just slides free. Okay, and then we can take a nice clean look at the inside of the monocore here to show you what's going on. Now I'll throw up some close-up shots here on the screen for you guys so you can really see what's going on. So starting from the front, again, we have the 4-chamber monocore that's pinned and welded to the barrel that's been cut down. Now, if you look real close here, you'll see that there are 3 ports drilled into the first section of the barrel there. You're probably wondering why they chose to port this gun. Well, name of the game when shooting suppressed 22 is to keep things cheap. Okay, the whole reason why you're shooting a 22 is because you want to shoot on the cheap. So they wanted to design the gun to be user-friendly with the bulk pack ammo that you'd commonly find at Walmart. But you can use standard velocity as well, and it's actually recommended. Reason being consistency. So CCI standard velocity has a normal feet per second deviation of like 5 feet per second per loading, even less sometimes. Bulk pack crap, I mean, that stuff has a spread of 5 to 110 feet per second. I mean, that's how wildly loaded that is. So to be as consistent as possible, stick with the CCI standard velocity. Now you can use subsonic speed ammo. The reason that they advise against that, and it is a very good point in the user manual, is that because they use slow burning powder, what will happen is as the gas pressure is building up before it can get out of the front of the can, as this bolt starts to move to the rear, you'll get port pop here. Okay, so you'll get that breech pop because the powder is burning too slow. So sometimes subsonic ammo is not always the best option. I'll probably use bulk pack because I'm not going to really care about the feet per second spread. But for today's test, I think what we'll do is we'll do some scenes with bulk pack and we'll do some scenes with CCI, standard velocity, to kind of compare the two and see if they sound any different. So how does it work? Bullet will enter here through the barrel. It will bleed off gas pressure here into this large expansion chamber area. And then once the bullet reaches here, it will bleed off gas pressure into each chamber before the projectile leaves the barrel. So pretty self-explanatory. Very, very common setup for an integral and very efficient. Now, cleaning. Stainless steel core. So you have a lot of options available, but since it is pinned to the barrel, okay, if you're going to use an ultrasonic cleaner, you guys are going to have to get pretty creative at home on ways to have this thing kind of just sit in the tank as it cleans. I'll probably just knock it with a brush. I really only care about the outer surfaces here because of the tight tolerances on the inside of the tube. Okay. As far as the tube, you can use like a chamber brush for an AR-15 that has a really wide diameter brush. The bristles that normally clean the chamber on AR, that should probably reach the tube walls pretty well. Also shotgun mops, stuff like that. So you're really going to want to clean this after every outing. So maybe stick to just one box of ammo per outing and then come home and make sure you clean it up so that carbon and lead doesn't solidify and get hard on the inside of the tube. Some things that can happen too is before you go home, this is just me, this is not in the manual or anything, kind of loosen it and then just turn it like this and rotate the tube against the sharp edges of the cord. It'll help break up some of that crap so when everything cools down it doesn't turn hard and become difficult to remove later. As far as reassembly, super straightforward. Actually really nice that they didn't index anything on the back side here because it allows you to put the engraving wherever you want. So if you want a clean look, you can put the engraving on the bottom so you really don't see it. If you wanted to shoot some photos like I'll be doing, we'll put the engraving on the left side, right side up so we can get the TBA logo in it. So just neat little small details like that is why it's cool to work with companies like this because they do think of all those small things. As far as reassembly, just go ahead and thread the front cap back on and give her a nice good tighten down. Don't get crazy, but you don't want it to come loose either. Yeah, that should be good. And that's all there is to it. As far as a retail price, she comes in at $9.95 retail, and that's the entire unit. So that's the gun. You got a 25 round magazine here, and of course the integral built in. Now again, they do have other options like aluminum core, titanium core, stainless core. I would just go with stainless and call it a day, and you have a really, really nice looking rig here that at a first glance doesn't even look suppressed. As far as finding it, I know Hush Distribution has a deal with TBA Suppressors, so you can get with them. I think they actually keep these in stock, so as soon as the government reopens and the Form 3 start to go through again, it would only take you about a week to get this from them to your local dealer. So I think that about covers it today, guys, in the studio. I just wanted to get kind of in depth on how this looks on the inside, how it works, and now let's go hit that range and see just what she sounds like. Okay, all you hear is action noise. Well, armadillos are screwed. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's review. It was definitely fun. I'm actually out here filming by myself. Still had a great time, even with setting up the cameras and getting all my focus points. This thing is extremely quiet. If at home, if it sounds like it's just the action noise, that's because that's all you hear. I might actually have to turn up the audio in post so you can hear the downrange shots at 100 yards. I haven't obviously reviewed it yet because I'm still out here recording, but it's ridiculously quiet. So as far as Hollywood quiet, this is as quiet as it gets right here. So you can shoot this in your backyard all day, even in an area that you're probably not supposed to. As long as you're doing it safely, nobody's going to hear this at all. I might actually throw some cheapo night vision on here. This would be a perfect gun for armadillo duty in the middle of the night. As far as my unsuppressed scenes, guys, I tried to get the best host I could that would emulate what this sounds like in its modified configuration. So I didn't have an unmodified MP15 so I just found my next best thing in the safe, and that was a Ruger 1022 takedown. So it had a 16.5-inch barrel on it. We shot the same ammunition types through it, the Federal bulk pack and the CCI standard velocity for each scene sequence, so hopefully it translates well at home. It's always hard filming 22 cans because they don't have high peak audio levels like 308, 300 blackout, 556, stuff like that. So I had to adjust the microphone settings to accurately capture the tone that this exhibits. And again, that's pretty much all it sounds like. And of course, I film all of those sequences with my stereo microphone. Right now I'm wearing the lapel mic. I have 5 rounds of the Federal bulk pack ammo. Just to give you an idea with the lapel mic, I'm gonna do a yard pop here. I mean, that's all you hear, literally. Weapon's clear. As far as the ammo, I wouldn't screw around with the subsonic or the standard velocity ammunition. I would just go ahead and shoot the bulk pack ammo. I mean, the whole reason in buying a 22 is to shoot it on the cheap, and the standard velocity and subsonic specialty loadings can get, I wouldn't say expensive, but it can add up over time if you want to stockpile it, versus going to Walmart buying the cheapo, you know, bulk pack ammo. Not only is it cheaper, but I think it's going to run the gun better in the long run. I did have some failure to feeds off camera with the standard velocity when the gun got dirty. I just threw a couple drops of oil in there and it loosened right up, and I was able to continue filming. So that being said, just shoot the standard, little bit stronger ammo. It sounds exactly the same almost in person. It's negligible. I mean, it's really hard to tell the difference between the two. That's how good it is. So I would just shoot the cheaper stuff. It's more readily available, and it's going to ensure that the gun operates as it gets dirty, because as you know, 22 ammo is dirty. Now I have to go home and clean this thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I hope it translates well to you guys at home. Please, you guys, if you're watching this on a television set or something like that, you need to be watching with quality headphones like Sennheiser stereo noise canceling headphones. That's what I use to edit my reviews with, and that's when you're going to get your most accurate tone representation of what I'm actually hearing out here on the range. I spent a lot of time to try to make it sound exactly the same for you guys back at home. As far as my next shooting event on March 2nd, it's my 4th annual NFA Review shoot. Unfortunately, TBA Suppressors will not be there. They have a prior engagement, but he is going to try to make Suppress Fest 2019. I have not set that date yet, probably late November, early December for Suppress Fest 2019. So till next time, guys, please click that like button, click the subscribe button if you like what you saw. Make sure to check the notification bell so you don't miss any updates, and I'll see you next time. All right, filming's about wrapped up today. I'm out here alone. I'm bored. We have a huge fresh pile of cow shit out there and a brand new integral from TBA Suppressors, the MP15 SD. Let's go ahead and shoot some poo.